It's Tuesday, the 29th of August, 2023. Welcome to the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Good morning, Michael.
Sean, 5 stories in 5 minutes, and they're 5 big stories today. How about story number 1? The federal government has conceded it gives favourable treatment to Qantas and blocked extra Qatar Airways flights to keep the national carrier profitable.
Yeah, so Assistant Treasurer Stephen Jones said Qantas is a special case amid the government's crackdown on monopolies and duopolies. That crackdown is supposed to protect consumers, and given sky-high airfares, the special case status won't be well received by everyone. The government has long claimed its move to block an additional 28 Qatar Airways flight per week into Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane was in the national interest. Yesterday, Jones told the Financial Review that driving down prices to a level where it's unsustainable to run an airline is not in the national interest. Of course, Qantas announced a $2.5 billion profit last financial year. Outgoing Chief Executive Alan Joyce last week said adding more Qatar Airways flights would distort the markets. Travellers, meanwhile, are paying about 50% more for international flights than before the pandemic. That's according to Virgin Australia. It singled out the high price of fares on routes to Europe, dominated by Qantas and Emirates. Qantas, for its part, says international airfares are only 10% higher when you take inflation into account.
And all of this was going on, Sean, as Qantas boss Alan Joyce fronted Parliament.
Yeah, so the outgoing Chief Executive Officer told a cost of living Senate inquiry that Qantas understands the importance of affordable travel. He said Qantas, which during COVID was 11 weeks from insolvency, had to make some tough decisions to survive. Subsequently, the return to flying didn't quite go as well as he had hoped. He then suggested the committee consider airport regulations, highlighting that monopoly airports such as Sydney and Melbourne are very profitable. Not surprisingly, he agreed with Stephen Jones' comments about the national interest. He said he wasn't worried about competition. He also couldn't answer a question on how many flight credits are out there. Alan Joyce's questioning went on, and funnily enough, he had to delay his flight home.
Somewhat ironic, really, isn't it? On to story number 2 now. Fortescue Metals mining boss Fiona Hick has quit after just 6 months, the 10th senior executive at the miner to quit in the past 3 years.
Hick was announced as a leader of Fortescue's iron ore division in November last year, started in February and exited yesterday. Billionaire Chair Andrew Forrest said the departure was both friendly and mutual. Maybe, but there's a growing list of execs who have come and gone at Fortescue Metals. The announcement overshadowed the miner's full-year profit of $5.5 billion. Mind you, its Iron Bridge magnetite project, the cost blew out to $4 billion. It was supposed to be $2.6 billion. Anyway, Fortescue's share price closed down nearly 5% yesterday.
Okay, story number 3. Australia, Sean, is expected to get more hydrogen service stations after the country's largest petrol retailer teamed with a US firm specialising in the alternative fuel.
Ampol announced its partnership with 1H2 yesterday, saying the companies would work together to speed up the use of hydrogen in the Australian market and help cut emissions from heavy transport, according to AAP. The news comes weeks after rival BP opened the first hydrogen refuelling facility at an Australian service station, and after a CSIRO report warned the industry needs to ramp up hydrogen investments or risk falling behind progress overseas. 1H2 Chief Executive Paul Dawson said the company, which has been involved in the business since 2015, will increase distribution of the new fuel in Australia.
So this is mostly for trucks, isn't it? It's not. It's not like I'm going to go fill up the car or get a jerry can of hydrogen for the mower.
No, definitely heavy transport.
Okay. All right. Story number 4. Netflix has lost Australian subscribers for the first time since it launched locally in 2015 as streaming growth stalls amid increasing cost of living pressures.
Research firm Telsight's annual industry survey found the rate of growth slow for the 7 most popular streaming services. There are 8 platforms with more than 1 million subscribers in Australia. Telsight's MD, Fawad Fatagi, said that there will be more aggressive behaviours from platforms to win over viewers. Netflix, number 1, 6.1 million subscribers, but that was down 3%. Amazon Prime was the main winner last financial year, up 9% to 4.5 million. Disney Plus was up slightly to 3.1 million, while Stan is now number 4, down from 2, with 2.6 million viewers. Next in order are Foxtel's Binge, Paramount Plus and Kayo Sports. The subscription streaming market was worth $2.7 billion in the year to June 30, a 14% increase year on year after many services hiked prices.
Okay, last one. Story number 5. Nike has posted a record streak of share price losses, which is probably not a record that it wants to post. This is on the back of merchandise stockpiles and slow sales in China and theft.
Yes, the run has been over the past couple of weeks. Nike's been listed on Wall Street for more than 40 years, starting off as a 20-cent stock, steadily rose to about $10 by 2019. And since then, it really found its rhythm, hitting more than $160 a share 2 years ago. But since then, it's struggled. And now retailers in the US are reporting weak sales and a big jump in theft. Also, Nike's Chinese sales are slow. Its share price is closer to $90 now, down from that $160. In fact, in the past few weeks, the value of Nike, the company, has dropped by about $20 billion US. Not just Nike, by the way. Under Armour and Champion owner Hanes brands have also disappointed investors in recent weeks.
All right, there we go. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Tuesday, the 29th of August, 2023. Remember to hit follow on the podcast, and if 5 minutes isn't enough for you, you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed Business News, wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.